Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at 11 starts now.
He stops to take a selfie. Never before seen video of how a Macomb County man spent his time inside the U.S. Capitol during the January 6th insurrection.
The governor hints that new COVID recommendations may be coming as top hospital officials detail what they're calling a frightening increase in cases.
And he's been a voice on Detroit radio for decades. Tonight, the radio community is in shock after longtime DJ John OLeary is found murdered in his home. Topping our report tonight at 11, his body was found in his Highland Park home over the weekend.
OLeary spent nearly 40 years on the air in Detroit, starting at W4 and winding his way through most of Detroit's big-time radio stations in an era when they produced some of the biggest names in the industry. Mara McDonald is live with what we know about the case so far. Mara, good evening.
Kimberly, good evening. And what we know so far is that OLeary was found yesterday by Highland Park police, and they do have a suspect in custody. Let me show you.
She doesn't know this is going to happen, but if she's hearing this, she will.
You mean you're going to call Gail?
Yeah, and I think I'll just ask her and see what she has to say about it.
John OLeary's voice was a mainstay in Detroit radio for 4 decades.
He was good enough to go from station to CSX to W4. He built a reputation in this market as just a great lover of Detroit music and a great Detroit personality.
OLeary, one of the original air aces at the legendary WABX.
John's next on WABX Detroit. Here's ZZ Top.
Who was heard not just there, he had gigs at W4, CIMX, the original LLZ, and later at CSX.
He was just a guy that loved the music passionately. He was on the ground floor of what they used to call underground radio. Progressive rock radio.
John's long tenure meant he knew everybody.
He liked rock and roll, and he was good at it, and he knew it.
Which is why Detroit's radio community is reeling from the news of his death.
When I got the news that he had been so savagely killed, I felt so bad.
At first, it was simply shock the 68-year-old had passed away, and then the details emerged. OLeary was murdered at his Highland Park home, stabbed to death over the weekend. Police have a suspect in custody. It is an unfathomable end for a man who was known for his kind heart.
He was very low-key. He didn't get in the way. He was not what they call in the business, and believe me, I know lots of people that are high maintenance. He was not high maintenance, and that's what made him so popular.
Back here live, so what could have possibly motivated a crime like this? Well, we expect more details out of Highland Park PD and the prosecutor's office when this suspect hits their arraignment, likely tomorrow or Wednesday. Kimberly, Devin, back to you.
Again, okay, Mara, thank you. State health officials urge parents to get their children vaccinated before the holidays as COVID numbers in Michigan are among the worst in the country.
State is reporting 17,008 new cases. That's over the past 3 days, so the average right now stands at 5,600 cases a day. 83 more Michiganders lost to the virus. That count includes 32 from a review of vital records. There are also 140 new school outbreaks. That is up from last week. So far, 10.5% of Michigan's children ages 5 to 11 have received their first dose of the COVID vaccine. Starting tomorrow, Motor City Casino and MGM Grand Detroit are going to reinstate their mask mandates regardless of your vaccine status.
And the state is now encouraging everyone to wear a mask inside as we head into the holidays. Today, Governor Whitmer said the health department may release more recommendations soon.
If you're congregating with a bunch of people indoors, it's wise to make sure everyone's vaccinated. And if they're not, encourage them to do that. Take this opportunity to tell your loved ones how much you love them and how much you want to spend Christmas with them. It's time to get vaccinated. So these are some of the efforts that we're continuing to take. I would anticipate DHHS will be promulgating additional guidance as we get closer to the holiday.
The governor also urged people to get a booster shot 6 months after becoming fully vaccinated.
There's new information tonight into the January 6th insurrection as we're getting a new look at what one Metro Detroit man did while he was inside the U.S. Capitol. The January 6th committee has just issued subpoenas to 5 more people, including Roger Stone, President Trump's former ally, and former President Trump's ally, and conspiracy theorist Alex Jones. Now, a Macomb County man went before a judge today for his role in the riot, and investigators released new video evidence against him. Grant Herms tonight in Roseville to walk us through the videos. Grant.
Well, Devin, those videos show Robert Shornack a long way from home here in Roseville. They also give us some new angles of clashes with police and hundreds of people streaming into the Capitol building that day.
Newly released video shows a new look at rioters inside the Capitol. The video released in a hearing this afternoon from Macomb County native Robert Shornack. A never-before-seen video of the insurrection, rioters clashing with police in what's known as the Capitol's crypt. As the security door attempts to lower, officers kicking back chairs slid under to stop the door. At one point, a rioter throws a trash can at an officer wielding a baton. Chemical spray then fills the air as officers retreat. Shornack is seen in this video sometime later wearing a red American flag hat, jeans, and body armor. Later in that same area, Shornack is seen again, this time with an American flag. According to court documents, Shornack admitted to stealing that flag from the Senate chambers, intent on waving it from scaffolding outside the Capitol. From a different view, Shornack is seen milling about a largely empty Emancipation Hall, even stopping to take a selfie. Other videos released showing hundreds of people streaming into the Capitol building through broken windows and open doors and filling the entryway of the crypt. The videos were released just 10 days after Shornack pleaded guilty to entering and remaining in a restricted building, making a deal with the government, but still facing up to a year in prison and a $100,000 fine.
And Shornack traveled to D.C. with another Michigan man, Daniel Herendeen. He's pleaded not guilty to all of his charges and is set to be back in court in December. Shornack's sentencing is set for February. In Roseville, Grant Herms, Local 4.
You know, we're going to keep following it. All right, Grant.
A second person is in custody in the murder of a Detroit mother of two.
Andrea Tucker was shot and killed in her driveway after dropping her children off at school. Police said the man arrested today is related to Tucker's ex-boyfriend, David Hammond. He is considered a person of interest in the case and is accused of assaulting Tucker and firebombing her house back in 2019. He was free on bond in that case when Tucker was murdered.
She really did everything right. And, you know, she's a mother raising her children, reached out for assistance, and the system was not there for her. And that's just a fact.
Today, a judge upped Hammond's bond to $300,000. A Michigan State student found dead in a home off campus over the weekend. Police say they found 4 people passed out in a home on Stoddard Avenue in East Lansing early Saturday morning. One wasn't breathing and couldn't be revived. The 3 others were taken to the hospital. Police believe they may have been drinking, but they are waiting on the autopsy results before they say how the student died.
Also at Michigan State, the reward is growing for help in the disappearance of Brendan Santo. The Rochester Hills teen was last seen on campus 3 weeks ago. Investigators have been searching the area since then and have been focusing on the Red Cedar River. They say the water levels have dropped by 3 feet and they're hoping that helps in the search. The reward for information is now more than $17,000. Police need your help finding 2 teens who escaped from Children's Village in Pontiac. 15-year-old Melvin Dalton Burton and 16-year-old Elijah Lee were last seen yesterday at the facility on Telegraph working on a food service detail. Police say Dalton Burton is charged with car theft and a hit and run in Pontiac. Lee is also facing assault with intent to murder charges in connection to a shooting in Detroit.
Now, a Local 4 update. The city of Detroit has fixed a sinkhole that has been bothering people in a West Side neighborhood for nearly a year. Friday night, we told you about the hole that opened in January on Plainview Avenue near Tireman Road. On Friday, the city put a steel plate over the hole. Today, it was filled in. The city says staff and resources have been strained because of COVID and that they are trying to catch up after the summer flooding.
An altercation at LCA continues to be a hot topic across the country and especially, of course, here in Detroit.
Of course, Isaiah Stewart needed 8 stitches after he was elbowed by LeBron James during last night's Pistons-Lakers game. LeBron has been suspended 1 game, Stewart 2 games for the fight. Some fans in the stands say they're happy announcers got involved to prevent fans from flooding the court and creating a Malice at the Palace Part 2.
People started to come down the stairs, which had me startled because there's nowhere for us to go. I'm grateful to Mason that he got on there was so direct because I was concerned for our safety.
John Mason to the rescue. Bernie will have reaction to today's suspensions coming up in sports. Well, the water in a Metro Detroit drain was so green, people thought it looked like the Chicago River on St. Patrick's Day.
What Macomb County says brought on this bright color and if there's a need for concern.
Also, why a woman says her Apple Watch likely saved her life twice. Let's check in with Andrew.
And Kimberly and Devin, if you thought this morning was cold with temperatures in the upper 20s, it's that cold now, and it gets even colder by tomorrow morning. 25 in Pontiac, 25 also in Howell. At the bus stop tomorrow morning, temperatures will be in the low 20s, around 24 right here in Detroit, but it remains dry. Does it remain dry all day long for tomorrow? We'll talk about that, Travel Day Wednesday, of course Thanksgiving, and Deal Day Friday in your weather forecast.
Okay, Andrea, but first, new information about what this man was doing right before police say he plowed into a holiday parade in Wisconsin, killing 5 people and hurting dozens more.